Hi, this is Jim Musser again with Upstream Ministries with episodes. And again, just welcome. Glad you're here. Last time I talked about just the necessity of parents uh, modeling for their kids what it means to follow Jesus and to make an effort to become trained in doing that. And after I recorded that episode, I began to think one of the reactions probably is from many parents is, where in the world will we find the time? Life is busy. I work. I've got our kids, young kids are in sports of all kinds, and there's just not enough hours in the day to do it. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you have to prioritize what's important for your kids and for you in order to help them become the people, the young people, and then the adults that God created them to be. And if all your time is spent working and being a chauffeur for all their sports activities and other activities, then it leaves little time, and understandably so, to actually pour into them spiritually. And so you have to make some decisions. Is my child becoming a follower of Jesus, learning how to do that and have a lifelong faith and commitment to Him important? If it is, it's going to take your time. There's just no way around it. You cannot get by on the cheap. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to make some choices because you cannot um, be in all these activities and all the focus is away from the Lord and expect them to follow Jesus. In my book, Letters from Downstream, I share a story of a parent of a student um, who the student was a gifted athlete and he got a full ride scholarship to the university. And he succeeded to a point, and then what ended up happening was he never made it into the pros. And so his life went on and he did other things, but one of the realities was he left the Lord. He never followed him. And his father told me one time, he said, I wonder if that was the right thing to be taking him all over the country, literally, on a traveling team in order to improve his prospects for a scholarship at a college. And then he ends up not following the Lord. And this parent was questioning the wisdom of what he did. And I would question it too, because the most important thing is for your child and for you as well to have an intimate relationship with the Lord of the universe. That's the most important thing. That's the reason why we're here, to serve Him. And when we teach our kids that there are things that are a lot more important than that, we are sending them a message. And I think that young man, when he was in college, got the message throughout most of his young life that there were more important things than God. And his parents proved it because they were willing to sacrifice time in church and the time and the money spent to support his hopes of being a professional athlete. And it didn't work. And the statistics show that most 98, 99% of kids are never going to become a pro. Um, Probably a little slight greater percentage will get full rides, but there is a lot going on that is seeking to take time away from your kid and focus on their own spirituality and their relationship with Jesus. And so I just want to encourage you to think, okay, is this the most important thing for us? Is that my son or my daughter grows up to follow Jesus? If it is, then you must realize that you've got to make some choices along the way that will allow that faith and their spiritual maturity to grow. And you can't achieve that by basically living like the rest of the world does and raise your kids like the rest of the world does. It won't work. And so I know this is a hard truth, and I know a lot of you probably don't want to hear that, but it is true. And so I encourage you to think seriously about how you're investing in your kids. All right, we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend, and I hope you'll be thinking about these things. And we'll see you next Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.